Welcome back to Reflections with Emrys. Let's take a moment to see what each symbol has to offer today. Today's symbols are the cat, the rune, Isa, and the Om, Hua, also known as the hawthorn. The cat is a symbol of independence, sensitivity, and quiet self-trust. At its core, the cat moves with choice, not pressure, reminding you that your energy belongs to you first. It represents intuition that is practical, the ability to sense what is safe, what is genuine, and what is simply noisy. The cat also carries the idea of boundaries, because it knows when to approach and when to retreat without apology. It teaches presence, noticing the small details that reveal the real mood of a room or a relationship. And it reminds you that softness can be powerful when it is paired with discernment. In life, the cat may show up when you are relearning how to listen to your body and your instincts. It can appear when you are tired of over-explaining yourself, and you are ready to let your actions speak. You may feel called to simplify your social world, choosing quality of connection over constant access. It often arrives when you need to reclaim your personal space, your rhythm, and your right to move at your own pace. And it can signal that trusting yourself is the next form of protection. Its reflection is this: you do not have to be available to everything to be loving. Let your yes be deliberate and your no be clean. Return to the quiet part of you that already knows what feels right. When you honor your boundaries, your calm becomes unmistakable. Isa is a rune of stillness, pause, and the clarity that comes through stopping. At its core, Isa is ice, not as punishment, but as a sacred pause that holds things in place. It symbolizes containment, the moment when forward motion slows so you can see what is true without distortion. This rune carries the energy of focus, narrowing your attention to what matters most right now. It can also speak to patience, because some things cannot be rushed without breaking their shape. And it reminds you that rest can be a form of power, not a lack of progress. In life, Isa may show up when you are being asked to wait, not because you are stuck, but because timing matters. It can appear when emotions are running high and you need to cool the reaction before you choose your response. You may notice a season where plans pause, conversations go quiet, or momentum slows in a way that feels unfamiliar. Isa often arrives when you need to conserve energy, stabilize your footing, or stop leaking attention into too many directions. And it can be an invitation to create inner order before outer action resumes. Its reflection is this: let the pause do its work. Not everything needs an immediate answer, and not every feeling needs an immediate decision. Become still enough to hear the truest part of you speak. When you stop forcing movement, you make space for real clarity. Hua, the hawthorn, is a symbol of protection, thresholds, and guarded blossoming. At its core, hawthorn is the living gate, beautiful and thorned, teaching that sacred things are not meant to be handled carelessly. It represents the boundary between heart and world, inviting you to be open, but not unprotected. Hawthorn carries strong protective energy, not to isolate you, but to help you choose what may enter your life. It also speaks to the courage of tenderness, because it blooms even while it defends. And it reminds you that love is healthiest when it has clear edges. In life, hawthorn may show up when you are deciding who gets access to you, your time, your inner life, your hopes. It can appear when you are healing and you need your softness to be respected while it regrows. You might feel called to strengthen boundaries in relationships, to speak truth clearly, or to stop tolerating subtle invasions. Hawthorn often arrives around turning points, when you are leaving one chapter and entering another, and you need protection during the crossing. And it can signal that your heart is ready to bloom, but only in the right conditions. Its reflection is this: you are allowed to be both gentle and defended. Let your boundaries be an act of care, not an act of fear. Protect what is precious in you until it is strong enough to stand in the open. The right connections will honor the gate, not try to break it. When we look at these three symbols together, a clear theme begins to form. The cat brings self-trust. Isa brings stillness. Hua brings protection. Together, they suggest a quiet season of boundary setting and inner recalibration. The cat helps you remember that you are not required to move at someone else's pace, and that your instincts are valid data. Isa cools the urgency and asks you to pause long enough to feel what is actually true beneath the surface. Hua then draws a clear line, reminding you that what is tender in you deserves a threshold, a gate, a conscious yes. The cat encourages you to choose your access with care. Isa invites you to wait until clarity arrives. Hua reminds you to protect your heart while it opens. The mood here is quiet, watchful, and steady. It feels like closing the door, lighting a candle, and letting your nervous system soften. There is a lesson about restraint as wisdom, not as avoidance. This combination suggests that your next step does not need to be big. It needs to be true and well protected. And it teaches that when you honor the pause, you make space for the right blooming instead of rushed attachment. Today's reflection is this: trust your instincts, honor the pause, and protect what is tender until it is ready to open. Thank you for joining me. I'll meet you in the next reflection.